So we have a recruiting milestone. I love recruiting milestones. As you know, when somebody hits a milestone, we recognize 5, 10, 25, 35, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, right, so we go on. So we have someone who hit their 75th recruit. 75. So let me tell you a little story about this person. In November of 2004, this woman attended a party, and she had fun, and she thought to herself, and I'm taking this from the old Happy Buzzing magazine, because I went back and found her cover story, and I read it, and said, oh, yeah. She said to herself, I could do this. I'm outgoing, I have a background in sales, and I'd like to make some new friends. But I'm going to wait till after the holidays. So for the next few weeks, she kept thinking, and looking at the back of our catalog and looking into the face of Jennifer Clanton. Jen was smiling back at her, and she started to think, I could make some money for the holidays. I'm going to rethink this. So in December, she made a call to the goddess that did the party and said, sign me up. Her vow was to do 1 party a month. Over the course of the next 18 years, what started as a hobby became a part-time job. What was a part-time job became a full-time job, and then circled back to a part-time job. 18 years is a lifetime. There have been ups, downs, trials, tribulations. She has been crowned Goddess of the Year. She received presidential awards back when those were a thing. She won a trip to London. She was the cover girl on Happy Buzzing magazine. She has received one of the most beautiful Golden Circle letters ever written about her by her friend and recruit, Jason Cumming. And she met some of her very best friends here at Athena's. So not only a leader to her team, she shares what works for her with everyone. She's done WOW webinars, BBWs, teletrainings, shared her extensive sales knowledge and background. She's encouraged people within our company to authentically and consistently connect. She tells people these things that scares the crap out of them. This is what she says. She says, pick up the phone. People freak out when she says that. She has taught people to overcome adversity. She's taught people how to express gratitude. She writes cards. She just will pick a random goddess sometimes who's done something and write them a card. She will write something to a past hostess. She spends a certain portion of her day writing cards to people.
I got one recently, thank you.
She's always ready to assist others to be the best goddess, Adonis, or Goddess they can be. And she's the leader of Team TOYRIDE, whose slogan is, in fact, get on the ride. And today we celebrate 75 folks who hopped on and hopped off. We reflect on the many lessons we learned, and we acknowledge this big milestone on her Athena's journey. So please welcome to the mic the newlywed, my friend, Jen Reddington. You. Give him hell, baby.
It's so funny how you said a lot of the same things I was going to say. And we were talking about that last night when we talked about cards.
Yes, yes.
And you said a lot of the things I was going to say. That's
oh,
okay.
Sorry.
No, it's awesome because then I can.
It's an intro fit for a celebrity. That's what I always go for.
It was. Wow, happy buzzing.
I'm going to sit down and listen.
And you know, I have to find where I put this. I do too. Well, that's when we stopped printing them, but they were PDFs, but they were in color, so we worked with it. And you know, it's funny you bring that up because we talk about times changing and all the things because, you know, Happy Buzzing was a printed magazine and we stopped, and it was in like the black and white purplish shade, and then we stopped printing it, and everyone's like, oh, now I can't run to my mailbox and get Happy Buzzing, and it's like, but now it was downloadable. You didn't have to wait for the mail, and it was in color. So we evolve, we change, and changes happen out of necessity. So that's really cool. So, wow, that was a lot. So the year was 2004. Google introduces Gmail, although the launch is met with skepticism on the account of the launch date was April 1st. Friends airs its season's finale after 10 years. Actor Christopher Reeve, best known for playing Superman in the film of the same name and its first 3 sequels, dies at the age of 52. Green Day released their album American Idiot in the US. One of my favorites. Rob hates Green Day, but I don't care. British actress Millie Bobby Brown of Stranger Things fame is born. The Boston Red Sox beat St. Louis in Game 4 to sweep the Cardinals and win their first World Series in 86 years! And Massachusetts became the first U.S. state to legalize same-sex marriage. And Jennifer Dillingham became the 633rd person to join Athena's Home Novelties. A lot has changed since 2004. My name changed 3 times. My address changed 7 times. My team leader changed 3 times. But 633 stays the same. You know, Jen, she said, you know, the numerous awards, the accolades, the achievements, and things like that. The part she left out was bankruptcy, foreclosure, divorce, betrayal, depression, suicide, cancer. It's not all bubblegums and rainbows. It's hard. And it's hard, even though we've done it, to put on the mask and go to a party and tell people how great it is and how great your life is when it's not. I've had everything and I've had nothing. I've lost everything. We all struggle. We all go through 18 years. You cannot live your life and not experience the joys that we do and the pain and the loss and the struggles that we have. Some of us together, you know, the thing about Athena's is through it all, Athena's has been there. Athena's has been the constant. You know, the husband changed, the address changed, everything. But Athena's was always there. And Athena's was, people, it is cheaper than therapy. Trust me. You know, when you have, you know, when you go through the darkest times of your life, and it's hard to put on, you know, in the last 2 years, it happens to all of us, and if it hasn't yet, it will. It will, that's life. And you put on the mask, you go to a party, you do your thing, you smile, even though you want to die inside, and you do it because that gets you through. You know, throughout everything, Jen had said to me, just, you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. I couldn't imagine how, I couldn't imagine it happening, but you're gonna get through it. You know, you're gonna get through it. You know, we struggle, we try, just keep going, no matter how bad my life got, and it was horrible, horrible. Everything, I was as bad as you could be. I was in the darkest place, and it was, you don't know how you're gonna crawl out of this hole. And she just kept telling me, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna get through it, you're gonna get through it, you're gonna get through it. We are all going to get through it. I swear, we will. there's a lot of people that aren't here. Times change. It evolves. We don't look the same as we did in 2004. We're not supposed to. We're not supposed to. And that's when, a moment ago when we were talking about recruiting and I had all these things I want to add, and it's like, I'm going to wait because I'm going to say them anyway. You have to just share. Like when people talk about being given a gift, Athena has given me many gifts, but I was just that one sitting there going, oh, I could do that. People will do that. And there's a lot more that didn't join than did. If you do the math and you do 75 by 15, because I didn't recruit the first 3 years because no one told me that it was important. So I'm sorry to those first, 1,296 people that I sold product to the first 3 years who I didn't ask. The number's not great. Sure, I've had years where I've recruited nobody. I've had years where I've recruited 15. Just keep going. I never, ever, ever once thought about giving up. I thought about quitting. Never. Never. Because it was the only thing I had to look forward to. The only thing that would bring me a little bit of joy in a time of extreme darkness and loss. I'm so happy to see all you here. I'm so happy to be seen. I'm so happy to put on real clothes because I work from home now. We spend a lot of time reminiscing about the good old days and things like that, and we're always gonna. But we don't talk about people that aren't here anymore, or we don't. I'm sorry. I don't want people to not, you people have surrounded me at the worst time of my life. We were drinking on a beach in Mexico, having a grand old time, 5 days in. My liver was crying, and I found out my father passed away, and I had 100 goddesses surround me in the worst time of my life. You were there. You were there. I mean, you've always been there, but this one was right there in that moment. And I always say, I tell people, I don't want people to not talk about Mexico because that's, because of the black cloud over the trip. I don't want people to not talk about, if you've lost someone you love, you don't want people to avoid talking about them because it might make you sad. Because if people aren't talking about those people we love, who made us laugh, who made that connection, then we're just dishonoring them. They're not here. We love them. They made us who we are. We're all in this space. This is how we got here. That's the legacy. And there'll be more. There'll be more. You embrace change. It's hard, it's a different room, yeah, whoever, but you know what? I love this company. Jen, my commitment is to you. I will recruit, and I always feel like my results don't always match my effort, but that's me being hard on me. Because I know I am out there every day in some form or another, whether it's writing all the cards to, I do it with my customers and I host it, and I do it to all of you. Anyone who sparks joy in my heart that day, I write it down. I like the text messages and all that, but when I was looking for someone's handwriting for something and I couldn't find it, I couldn't find one thing with their name written on it. How do you have somebody in your life for 20 years and you don't have a single thing with their name handwritten on it? So that's why I write you cards. And I will keep doing that because I love you all. And who doesn't want to go to the mailbox and see joy and a purple ribbon and when you get your anniversary card and all that fun stuff. Sorry, I'm rambling because It's 18 years. Exactly. Always. Always. And I will always call you. If you ever need a voice, instead I just text me your number. I will leave you a voicemail. I love it because we don't do that as much. And the reason I keep doing it is because, again, if you've ever lost someone and you broke your phone and then all the voicemails you were saving you don't have anymore, don't let that happen to you. Because again, we're all on borrowed time, and I don't want to get too, but we have to keep going. We're going to be generations, evolution. The kids that are going to be joining now are the kids, like, I've been doing this your whole life. This is like, oh my God. Jeez. Longest relationship I've ever had. I used to say outlast both marriages combined. I can't say that anymore. I mean, I can. It's funny when I say it. When Rob say it, it's not funny. But my commitment is to you. I will do whatever you ask me. I'm like, I'm there. I'm there. Tell me what you need. I'm there. You need an alibi. You need bail. Either one. Just so I know. You were there. You were there for me without question in some of the darkest time. Anybody can be there with you when the sun is shining. Anybody can be there with you, standing next to you when you're on top and you're and they're calling your name every 5 minutes. Not everyone will sit next to you in the back of the room. I mean, we will, because it's us, but I will do whatever it takes, Jen, whatever it takes, because I can't imagine not being a part of Athena's. I can't imagine the calendar flipping to January. Well, again, COVID, thank you. Calendar flipping to January and not being gone for the weekend and not seeing my peeps, even that's the only time. Hope you have your planners out, people, because it's coming. It's 4 months away. Like, don't miss it, because you're always like, oh, I'll go next year, I'll go next year. There may not be a next year. We got COVID, and there was no January meeting the following year. Don't wait. Don't miss an event. So, I will do whatever it takes. I will do whatever it takes. Whether it's, whether we go slow, we go fast, we keep going. We keep going. And don't quit. Because then, you can't, that's the only way you're going to fail. I think that's a meme somewhere. That's the only way you're going to fail. Just show up and keep going. Keep asking. Whatever it is, you're going to get through it. I know there's been a lot of darkness in a lot of people's lives lately. Keep going. You'll get through it.
You were great. Thank you, Jen. I love you. I love you, Jen. My friend. What'd you lose? This is your 75 charm for your
It's so much
for your goddess. I know. It's hard to find a small one.
That's all right.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
There you go. Thanks, Jen. Woo! Well, that was beautiful. Oh, I gotta get away from that. Sorry. That was beautiful. And I gotta say, so when Jen went through her divorce, and I would call her just about every day, and I would always take this huge deep breath, because I knew she was hurting for certain. And huge deep breath, pick up the phone, call her, crying, sad, awful. And during COVID, when I was a wreck, is Athena's going to survive? Are we going to make it? Oh my God, this is going wrong, that's going wrong. I'm sure Jen had to take a big deep breath before she took my call. So it's nice to have someone you can do that with. Thanks, Jen.